Hey everybody. So today we're looking at session one of our kind of senior elite gymnastics sessions. It's going to be largely kind of conditioning and position based with a view to working towards handstand walking drills. So we're going to get ourselves warmed up, get ourselves limber and stretched, and then we're going to go through a little bit of conditioning and some positions, and then our actual handstand walking drills, and then we're going to cool you down. So hope everyone's excited. Let's go for it. So in our warm-up, we're going to start with just doing 4 movements for about 30 seconds each, okay? First movement, we're just going to do some dead easy star jumps. Show me a star jump, ladies. Exactly. You see how they've gone out and then in, all the way to the top with our star jump. Second, we'll do that for 30 seconds. Second movement, we're going to do our mountain climbers. Show me mountain climbers for me, team. So they're going to hit a really lovely front support position, and then they're going to bring their knees up towards their arms. Thank you very much. So that's number 2. Third movement, which again we're doing for 30 seconds, so it'll be a total of 2 minutes work for our warm-up. We're going to do our burpee, where we lie down on the floor, stand up and jump. All right, so we bring our chest down to the floor and thighs, stand up and jump. Fantastic, just like that, okay? Not too many. And then finally, movement number 4, we're just going to do high knees running, where we're swinging our arms and bringing our knees up to the height of our hips. Ready, ladies? Precisely. Make sure we're using those arms as well. Amazing. All right, everybody ready to go? Fantastic. So we'll stand by. We'll go in 5 seconds. So first movement is our star jumps. Second movement is our mountain climbers. Third is our burpees, and then fourth is our high knees. So 3, 2, 1, off we go. Star jumps. Is it really nice and high, stretching right up? If you can point your toes through this, then please do. Good. Nice work, everyone. Keep going. Nice. You're super springy. You can take a little bit of a break in between each star jump because it's 30 seconds is a long time to work, but keep going. That's it. Really try and go out and keep working, Nelly. And rest there. Okay, let's move on to our second movement, which is our mountain climbers. So down into our front support position. Nice and strong through the core. Let's go knees. Making sure that we're bringing our knees all the way up towards our elbows. Nice and quick. It's a time to take a bit of a breath and breathe a little bit. Those star jumps are really exhausting, but great to get the blood flow going. All right, almost there. 2, 1, and rest. Now we're going to our movement number 3, which is our burpee. So we start up, standing up nice and tall, down to the ground. 3, 2, 1, off we go. Jump all the way down, chest to floor. Stand up and jump. Fantastic. We're not looking for a full press up. We just want you to lie down on the ground all the way down. Stand up and jump any way that you can. That's it. Pace it out. Everybody getting nice and warm at home? I bet. How are you girls doing? Yeah, keep going. We're almost there. Almost there. 7 more seconds. That's it. Get 2 more for me. And rest. Finally, movement number 4. Everyone back up on your feet. Nice high knees running. So off we go. Make it a nice little jog. Work on really trying to keep those knees nice and high up to our thighs. Up to our hips. Good. So it's the last 30 seconds of our 2-minute warm-up, and hopefully we're nice and ready to go. Keep working, everyone. Keep going. Get those arms going as well. Almost there. 10 more seconds. Keep going. Bounce, bounce, bounce. 3, 2, 1, and take a rest. You guys all warm? Fantastic. You warm at home? I hope so. Right, find yourselves a little bit of a space, and we're going to do our stretching, okay? Fantastic. So we're just going to start at the top, just with our neck, so looking up to the sky. At this point, try and control your breathing nice and slow. Bring our heads down to the ground. Gently roll to the left. Down and roll to the other side, to the right. And back up top. Let's work our shoulders in now again. Manage that breathing, nice deep breaths. And then bring in the arms. Making sure you've got enough space. And try and, as we're doing this, brushing our arms past our ears as we go through, just like our demonstration models are doing. That's it. Fantastic. All right. From there, then, once you've done a few circles, give me a bit of one forwards, one backwards if you can.
2, 3, 4, 5.
And once you've done a few of those, keep breathing forwards and backwards the other way as well, just to get you thinking about it.
2, reaching up. 3, 4.
It's not the easiest thing. Fantastic. Right. Standing up nice and tall, then we're just going to take our arm, reach it over behind our head, grab the elbow, and we're just going to move the elbow behind our body. What's really important to remember while we're doing this is if we can avoid stretching our hips and our tummy out, keeping our bodies nice and straight while we do this, it's great. Okay, so we'll swap it over, so other arm behind our heads, grabbing the elbow and pulling it behind. Wonderful. Let's work down, so we've got hands on our hips now. And let's just start making some nice hip circles as we go. Really try and press the hips around a big, huge circle. And we'll go the other way. Amazing. Just from here then, I would like us to do kind of a flat back, straightforward stretch. So with our arms nice and tall up in the air, I'm just going to do it sideways so you can see. I'm just going to press our hips back, keeping our back nice and straight. Going as low as we can with a straight back and holding it. And then back up to the top. We'll do that one more time. So hips go back, back stays nice and neutral, head looking down. So it's in line with the back. And then from there, we're now going to reach as low as we can, all the way down to the floor. Or as close as you can get to. Right. Roll your back up, leave your head behind. Shoulders, neck, head. Fantastic. Alright, you all kind of lunge across the floor this way, making sure that your toes are all pointing the same way. And we're just going to bend the front leg, keeping our back leg straight, and pressing our heel down into the floor. From there, we're now going to go super wide, hands all the way down, so you've got a really wide lunge, making sure to keep your knee behind the line of your toes here, and really stretching out this back leg. From there, I'd like you to turn towards your knee, lift one arm up, and reach for the sky. And we're going to go down, and we're going to switch sides to get your balance. Keep that leg really straight, nice deep lunge, reach up to the side. Wonderful. Now I'm going to turn sideways into our Spider-Man stretch. Okay, I'll switch around. So knee comes out to the side. Nice straight legs. Body upright. If you want to do the superhero fingers, feel free. Good. We're going to transfer across to the side. Trying to keep the hips as low as we can. If you can do it without your hands, wonderful. Again, same position on the other side. Nice and straight. Hips up. Chest up. Good. We'll then reverse everything, so we're going to go down to a nice deep lunge. Straight leg here, making sure our knee is behind the line of our toes. I'm going to turn towards our knee, arm up in the air.
Right, so we're going back to parallel legs, arms down.
Focus on really keeping that leg straight. And then down and switching to the other side, get your balance, up to the sky.
Not turning out, and I want you to just push onto your demi point.
Fabulous. And then we're going to go a little bit narrower, come up to standing again, and just lean forwards on that front leg, keeping the heel down and on the floor. Wonderful. Good. Let's sit down into our straddle position then, everyone. Alright, and all we're going to do is reach up nice and tall, and we're going to come over to the side, over our heads. Working really nicely on keeping our knees pointed to the ceiling, our toes pointed. And then we'll come over the other side. Fabulous. And then we're going to go from standing sitting nice and tall, we're going to go count it down for 5. We're going to hold at the bottom, reaching forwards for 5, and then we're going to come up for 5 as well. Keeping our backs as straight as we can, not letting the hands touch the floor. Ready, everyone? Alright, down we go. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come up in 5, 4, 3, try and keep the back super straight. 2, 1, good, and relax. Let's hit our pike position then. Give your toes a good old flex back towards you. You're really pulling them back towards your body. And go forwards and just give them a little bit of a forwards and backwards wiggle. Make sure they've had a good bit of movement. Alright, so with our toes flexed towards us, I'd like to put your hands near your knees. And then gently, with your toes pulled back, I'd like you to drop your elbows down to the floor or as close as you can get. It should feel some tension across the back of your legs. Anybody feeling that? Good. Fantastic. So from there, give them a little shake if you need to. Nice and tall. We're just going to fold it like a sandwich, nose towards the knees, everyone. Down we go. Fantastic. We'll go into our butterfly position. Get you to show off all these guys' wonderful turnouts. So sit up nice and tall. Spread those knees out nice and wide, pressing them into the floor. So nice and tall for me. Good. Without the hands if you can, sort of rest your hands in the middle. Wonderful. Alright, let's extend. We're trying to take our belly button towards our toes, so we're reaching forward, straight backs, and reaching down and forwards as best we can. Can you get your belly button near your feet? That's the question. Nice work, team. Fabulous. Alright, from here, as long as you've got the space to, we're going to come back to our straddle. We're going to get you guys to swim through forwards onto your tummies into our cobra position. So I'll move out of the way for the girls. Alright, fantastic. So remember, hands underneath our shoulders. We're going to lead with our necks nice and long and press up so we're nice and straight into our cobra. Thinking about our shoulder line. Let's press nice and down, just like you be here. We're not hunching away like this. Alright, let's lift our feet up towards our head, squeezing our knees together as best we can. Good, keep that neck nice and extended, pressing through the shoulders. Good work, fabulous. Okay, and come down. So from there, let's make sure that we roll our backs out the other way. So sit right back onto your bottoms and press your backs up into our cat stretch. Wonderful. All right, we'll do our wrists now then. So fingers up, out to the sides, down, then onto the floor. Make sure your hands stay nice and flat on whatever surface you're on, as long as they're flat, and then you sit backwards, you'll be able to create the tension you need. And if you wish, you can just move side to side a little bit as well. Always gentle as we're working through the wrist. All right. Give them a little bit of a roll. Make sure they're ready again. And then we're going to go for the other side. So we're going to flip them forwards, using the back of our hands down. Start working up to straight arms, and then gently sitting back, keeping the wrists pressed into the ground gently. Nice, good work. Give them a little roll, give the fingers a little wiggle, make sure that we're ready to work because we're going to be spending a bit of time upside down. Good. All happy? Fantastic. So we'll move on now into the next little part of our video, which is going to be largely conditioning based, so you can use the space you've got at home, and then we'll move on to our handstand drills. All right, so first things first, we're just going to take a little look at our arch and our dish positions, and we're just going to do a short little hold for about 30 seconds. Okay, so key points remembering for our dish position is we're really trying to make sure that our lower back is pressed really firmly into the ground, okay? If that means that when we go down, we need to bring our shoulders up. To bring our shoulders up, we need to reach forwards. That is absolutely fine. I'd rather have that than opening out and arching the back during the stretch, the move. All right, everybody ready? So you can start from up in the tuck position, or you can start from on the ground, totally up to you. All right, ready? And off we go. So into our dish, and let's hit a beautiful position, really sucking our belly buttons down into the ground. But remember to breathe. Good. We see a lovely demonstration of a whole variety of different ways to make sure we hit a really lovely position going around the room here. If you have the jiggles and your tummy starts shaking, that's all right. It just means your muscles are working.
So we're going to do these two.
All right, and relax. Okay, we'll flip over now. We're going to do the arch position. Because they're two fundamental positions that we need in gym. So onto our tummies. Again, you're lifting from the hips as best you can, extending your legs, extending your arms. Think about a neutral head. Everybody ready? And up we go.
Go straight on, but we're just going to talk about our.
Good. Think about extending beyond your fingers, beyond your toes.
Okay. Now we're going to do a plank on a straight arm, not on a forearm. Okay. So she's in like a press up position. Okay. Now what Sophie's done, she's
Hang in there, everyone. We're almost there. Keep breathing.
which is lovely and it's great, but it's not the shape we want to.
And
So
relax.
Sophie, you're going to come back
Good.
into the floor just because you want to make sure.
So we're hitting some really useful positions, creating really nice tension in the body here, which is fantastic.
So great.
So we're going to start loading our wrists a little bit, all right, and getting our shoulders ready to work. So the next thing we're going to take a little look at is just going to push up into our bridge position and just make sure that we're loading our wrists and we're getting used to the mobility through our shoulders and our chest. All right. So you all get into your bridge ready positions on your backs. Can I borrow you to sit down? If you come sideways for me, you can head this end. All right, so we get into our ready positions then, everyone. So, got hands going nicely underneath our shoulders, fingers pressed in, elbows nice and high and squeezed in towards the body, knees together, and feet near our body as well. All right, so let's all press up together. Up we go. And once we're in this position, we've not moved our feet, and we're keeping our arms nice and strong and working our chest forwards to try and open up that range of motion, and we're loading our wrists. It's not an easy place to hang out, so go another 5 seconds and then we'll come down. If your legs are bent, that's okay, because the focus here, and down you come, the focus here is through the shoulders and getting us ready for the movements. Give it a little rock and roll out if you need to, everyone. Doing a great job. And we'll do it one more time, just for a little hold. Okay, so once you're ready, let's get back into our ready positions. And again, trust yourself. Don't move your feet. It doesn't matter if you've got a slightly bent leg in this. The focus is all about our shoulders and the range. So nice strong arms, pressing our chest through. All right, everybody ready? And lift. Good. So work those shoulders through. Really take the chest forwards and squeeze those legs together for me. Stay nice and strong. Nice work, everyone. And down you come. Good work. Make sure you give your backs a nice little rock and roll out. Give the wrist a little bit of a circle. Make sure you've got some good mobility going on there. Feeling all right, everyone? All right, fantastic. So what I'd like to do now is we're just going to move on to our slightly more specific kind of handstand walking things, all right? What you're going to need now is if you can find a chair from somewhere around the house or the edge of a table or something, obviously ask the grown-ups permission first, but we'll go and grab some chairs from the side here, and we're going to get our girls to partner up and do a little bit of work with this. Come and grab a chair. So I can edit that bit. So if you guys partner up, I know there's an odd number of you, but generally partner up, and just spread them around the floor. Okay. Can I borrow some as a demo? Just one check. You happy with that? Cool. Alright, so with our chair, our apparatus, all we're looking to do first of all is achieve an L or a piked handstand. So your hands will go on the floor, and whatever it is we're putting our feet on, we're going to make sure that our hips come right over the top of our shoulders. So Evie, if you get yourself in a position, if you go sideways for us, side on for us, the camera. Okay, so if you put your feet onto the chair, that's it, you're facing that way, that's right. Feet onto the chair. And then what we're asking Evie to do is now walk her hands in so that her shoulders sit underneath where her hips are. So a little bit further for me. Alright, and what we're trying to achieve is, it'll feel as if you're starting to come forward. What we're trying to achieve is this hip area here, sitting as much as we can over the shoulders. Alright? If needs be, if we need to have a little bend in the legs to achieve this position, I'd rather that and then have the hips over the top of our shoulders. Okay? Cool, thank you. Come down from that. Once we find somewhere we can get into that position, alright, We can then look at doing some taps on the same or opposite sides of our body to get used to changing the loading through our handstand when we're walking. Okay? This drill can be done against the wall, but you do have to check with your grown-ups in terms of whether you can use the wall or not. All right? For now, we're just going to use a chair. We can show you it with a wall as well in just a minute. So, team, if you guys kind of take it in turns, see if you can work with each other to find those positions. And then once if you're happy with the position, then we can then do 10 taps. So 5 on either side, shoulder taps. So walk your hands in for me, August. Good, lovely position. And once you're happy in that position, this lovely stacked position, let's go for some taps. Same arm or opposite arm. Do 10 taps. Good. Really important here because we're getting used to loading the wrist, keeping our shoulders and our wrists in line, and then our hips over the top of our shoulders, which is really important in terms of walking or getting a good handstand base, and then being able to transfer our weight and walk across the floor as and when required. Good. Lovely work, everyone. Now, in terms of doing this at home, if you have a wall available to you, we can also do a similar drill with our taps against the wall. So, if I take one of my volunteers and we take a little look at borrowing the wall over here. Alright, perfect. So, all we're going to do is, there are 2 ways of doing this. There's an easier way and a harder way. The easy way is when we're facing the wall, so we've walked up into our handstand through our L position. The harder way is facing out from the wall. So we'll do facing the wall. So for example, let's go into an L handstand. So rather than keeping that face that way, you just walk your feet to the wall. So here we can walk into the same position a little bit easier, and we can do our taps. Right? If this is something that's super easy, we can also go further and walk higher into a full handstand and do the same thing. The real focus for all of this is maintaining a really solid body tension so we can actually change the weight through our hands. Okay? Now, the next thing we're going to look at is kind of moving around. It's all very well being a bit static, and I appreciate that at home we don't have a lot of space, but we can do a drill whereby we can actually create movement and transferring of weight through our handstand, or our L handstand, piked handstand, so we can actually get used to walking a little bit. So using the same object you use to create your L, like your chair, your stool, the table, whatever it happens to be, we can go from there and we can actually walk our way around the object and see if we can do a half circle all the way around it. So at home, get yourself onto the, can I borrow you again? Get yourself into your position again. And what I'm going to ask you to do, she's going to kick up into her sort of piked handstand again, so she's got her hips, her shoulders and her wrists in line. And then she's going to choose and just going to walk around towards the camera with her hands, keeping her feet on the chair, and then walk back the other way, away from you guys. If you need to bend your legs, that's absolutely fine. It's most important that our hips are over our shoulders. Do the best you can. So now, walk yourself side. So do side steps around, head nice and neutral. Okay. And then we can, as far as you can go, if there's the back of the chair. If you've got a stool, you can do full circles, or you can, and then you can come back the other way as well. Fabulous. All right. Thank you. Come down. All right. Now, at this point, you can test yourself. How many half circles can you do without having to kick down? Or if you've got a stool, can you do 3 full circles all the way around? It might be a little bit harder than you think, but I urge you to have a go and challenge yourselves. All right. So, what we'll do now is we'll clear the chairs now. We'll do a little cool down bit. All right, now we spent a lot of time upside down. We've done a bit of conditioning work and some drills. We're going to need to cool ourselves down. We've done a lot of work through our shoulders and our wrists, and to a degree our legs as well, holding that L position in our body. So, first things first, we're just going to stand up nice and tall. All right, we're just going to do our shoulder circles, nice and big, focusing on position rather than speed at this point. Once we've done about 5 of those,
triangle base.
Bring it
around
into
it.
just the shoulders.
Extend the legs.
Nice big
Okay,
circles.
nice and close.
Good.
1 knee at a time.
All right. From here, I'd like you to reach up nice and tall, and we're just going to go hands down. Then we're going to drop our heads, roll our shoulders forwards, then bit by bit down our backs, all the way, hanging our arms towards the floor. When they reach the floor, go as low as you can with straight legs. Give a little bend in the legs. Press your bottoms up to the sky, and do the reverse. So back, each bit at a time. Once you get to your shoulders, roll the shoulders back, then your heads. We'll do that one more time in reverse. So we'll start with our heads down, reach forwards, hang your arms, nice straight legs for as long as you can. A little bend in the legs, press bottoms up,
We're just learning how to do it.
roll through the back,
So that is your balance, and I really want you to
shoulders back, heads up. Fabulous. Okay. Hope you enjoyed that. Working through these drills will make a huge big difference to your shoulder strength, your wrist mobility, and indeed your ability to stack your body above your hands and transfer weight, which is ultimately what a handstand walk is. So, hope you enjoyed it. Look forward to seeing you in the next class. Bye for now, guys.